Good evening. We're back after a break. We're running a little bit late, so I'm just run through a few things that's on the diary for the rest of the week, and then we'll do a recap and we'll get started. Where is it? Probably going to overlay the cameras, so I apologise for that. Yes, it has. Oh well. Anyway. Okay. So. Let's see what have we got. So tomorrow, which is Wednesday, it's on this channel, on Brotherhood of Dice Twitch channel, as well as the HORRORific podcast YouTube channel. We've got the last, for a while at least, session of Morkborg, Reverence of the Black Gate. That's correct, isn't it, Colin? I believe I've got that right.
That is the one.
Excellent. And then on Friday, over on the Infinite Monkey Tales Twitch channel, we got the the restart, the proper restart of Two-Headed Serpent. Oh, the cameras have gone doohickey.
Oh, yeah, we've lost one.
Oh, there he's back again.
Oh, he's back.
So we've got Two-Headed Serpent on Infinite Monkey Tales Twitch channel on Friday. Then on Saturday, on Twitch Infinite Monkey Tales channel again, we've got Dragonbane with IGM Strain. Then on Sunday, on Infinite Monkey Tales Twitch channel again, we've got Jake running Delta Green Convergence. And also on Staged Area, there is Cthulhu by Gaslight that's been run by GM Brit. And then on Sunday, back over here, we've got another session of the World of Greyhawk, the Legacy of a Shadowlord. And that brings us back round to the beginning of the weekend, where we've got Monday, 13th of January, we've got Horde of the Dragon Queen, which is DM Cherry Flavoured Twink, and Twilight's Fall, which is Flea, I believe. And then that brings us back round to Moonchild again. So that was a quickly stumbled over recap of what's going on. So I'm going to get rid of that. And have you anybody else anything they want to add? You got anything you want to add, Colin?
Well, obviously we've got Morkborg tomorrow and another horrific tale coming up Friday.
Have you seen Nosferatu yet, Colin? Have you done that one?
Have
you done the new Nosferatu yet?
I have indeed. A lot of fun. Yeah, it's good. Really good movie. Well worth it.
I need to go see it.
Go, what else?
You do need to go and
Horrific
see it.
Tales Volume 1 is now out. Go pick up your copies. It's all good. We had a celebration stream there on Saturday. And yeah, cracking on as normal. Check out the scheduled streams on the YouTube channel. Oh, hey, plug.
Let me just say, I think I've got Foundry muted. No. Sorry, I'm being invaded by kittens. Alright, let me just rearrange these windows so I can see what is actually going off.
Oh, the giveaway for Heart of Darkness.
Oh, yes.
Yes, sign up to the email list. I nearly forgot about that. That's I've already put out the post for that. That's Heart of Darkness starts in 2 weeks. Back to Alien, and there is a giveaway of the starter set.
Oh, nice.
Physical copy, by the way, not digital.
How do I enter?
Sign up to the email list, and you will receive instructions.
Your email, because I think I've already signed up for that.
Then they'll be coming just shortly before we go live. What you need to do.
Cool. Right, I think we're all good. Anybody anything else? Dave, you got anything coming up you want to add?
I don't think so. I think my couple of games are off stream.
No reviews coming up.
Lass's birthday on Sunday.
Oh well, we'll all come to that. So everybody's invited to Dave's Lass's birthday.
I'd like to give a shout out to everyone who knows me.
Right, okay. So I think we're at Sarah's house, weren't we? Let's switch over to Sarah's house then, and we'll do a bit of a recap, shall we?
We'd won, hadn't we?
Yes,
Sure,
of course.
we'd won.
No, that was definitely that's
we are going to go and summon Cthulhu ourselves because I think it's the thing.
It's the right thing to do. Yeah, it's the right thing. So before we do the recap, though, there is one very, very, very important thing that we neglected to mention. A major possibly a major plot point that we neglected to mention last time. The fact that Dave is not one character, but kind of two characters.
Where's his little circle? Where's his avatar?
Yeah, that's a good point. There he is, look. Let's get it on. Oh, he's got no. Oh, well, even better. Let's. There he is. What's your teacup Yorkshire Terrier called?
Spot.
Spot.
There's no discernible spots on his body.
Exactly. It's a pun or play on words.
So yeah, there's Spot, the teacup Yorkshire Terrier, which I believe are only about this big. Called teacup terriers because they can fit inside a teacup.
Or
No, I got done with pigs that way. It started off in the teacups. They grew to full size.
So yeah, we better. Oh, I forgot. I thought I made a token for that. So we better stick that with stick Spot alongside. There we go. Look at. Alrighty. So now that has been rectified. I'll need to close that dummy screen, otherwise it's a blit. Spot will be all that everybody can see. Right. So the story so far. So you were all contacted by Sarah, a frazzled and desperate woman from your past, a fellow member of the 13, the core membership of the occult society from your university days. There is something about her plea for help that you feel unable to ignore, despite the 20 years that stand between you all. Each of you make the journey from various parts of the country to Milton Keynes, where Sarah still lives. Ray West and his closest companion, Spot, a tiny teacup terrier who still lives nearby, rides in on the bus into Milton Keynes. His meditative focus is broken briefly when he spots the title of a book seen in the pocket of a rowdy youth. It is a book that caused his heart to skip a beat, perhaps. A book that should not exist. This brief moment of concern passes as he realizes he must have been mistaken. Spot, normally alert to his master, remains unperturbed by this strange encounter. John Vinicour. Is it Vinicour or Vincourt? I can't think it's Vinicour, is it?
Vinicour, yes.
Vinicour. John Vinicour lives further afield. Where is it exactly that John Vinicour lives? I forgot where he lives.
Kent.
Kent.
The lovely sunny place of Kent.
Yes, stark contrast to your current environment. So yeah, John Vinicour lives in Kent and so takes the train into Milton Keynes. En route, he encountered a troubled young girl with whom he made some connections, felt some empathy, and was able to offer some comfort, some professional comfort. That sounds a little bit sinister.
Better than non-professional comfort.
After disembarking from the train, left behind in the seat where she was sitting, he finds a tarot card depicting the Fool. Read into that what you will. Eric's carefully regimented routine fills most of his morning before he begins his before driving his hire purchase Mondeo up from Buckinghamshire. On the outskirts of Milton Keynes, a disturbing vision almost causes him to lose control of the car. In the passenger seat, partially restrained by the seatbelt, is an unconscious and badly beaten prostitute. Is it male prostitute or female prostitute? I never asked to qualify that.
I'm going to say female for various reasons.
Okay. Regaining control of the car, a panicked glance reveals the seat to be empty. Clearly, this is just the side effects of Eric's new medication. Alicia, meanwhile, is travelling up from Wiltshire, where she's been visiting searching for houses in the area surrounding Stonehenge. A spiritual focus for Alicia. So she's travelling up from Wiltshire to Milton Keynes, and also takes a train, and then catches an Uber from the station to Centre MK shopping centre. En route, a homeless man stepped out into the road, causing the driver to brake violently. As he did so, Alicia notices a packet of pills in the footwell, which she places in her pocket. And this is another point of a bit of a retcon, which a mistake that I made. So I said the pills that you saw, I believe I said they were amphetamines. They were not. They were not amphetamines. It was 4 2-milligram tablets of misoprostol, a medication that is commonly used to induce a miscarriage. And also a torn scrap of newspaper mentioning the disappearance of a homeless man. Though mysteriously, when she next looks at it, she finds only a torn fragment of a crisp packet. The pills just a packet of mint. Although there was the incident as well with the homeless man that the Uber driver nearly run over, sort of staggers along the side of the car and leers at Alicia through the window and says something along the lines of, "What did the voices tell you to do, Alicia?" So,
Mad.
The 13, only Alicia, Eric, John, and Ray are present at the meeting with Sarah. Sarah tells you that Melinda Moody has a job interview. Spot's doing trick.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I did, and now I can't put him back again. What's that?
Oh, I've lost my friend now. Totally lost my friend. Oh yeah, so of the 13, only Alicia, Eric, John, and Ray are present at the meeting with Sarah. Sarah tells you that Melinda Moody is one of us was unable to attend because she has a job interview with a newspaper. And Maggie Stern is tied up with her own business. Although they have said, according to Sarah at least, that they will try and get over over the course of the weekend. But Sarah makes no mention of the other members of the 13, namely David Barber, or at least not initially David Barber, Bridget Barber, Marie. I'm going to pull up the list because I can't remember that.
Marie was bank manager.
Yeah,
remember her surname.
Mary. It's pronounced Mary, apparently. Mary Kubain, who's a bank manager. Stacey Kimball, and Greg Draper. So there's no mention of any of the rest of the members, apart from aside from yourselves, obviously. So as you talked with the clearly distraught Sarah, she revealed a tangled web of secrets. Years ago, David Barber, a close friend to you all and founder of the Occult Society, married Bridget, but secretly carried on a long-standing affair with Sarah. Then, one day, about 10 years ago, David came to Sarah and said that he wanted to make something special, and together they performed a ritual to conceive a Moonchild, a child blessed by the goddess. And Sarah's 9-year-old son, Sean, is the result of this occult pact. Sarah says that recently, though, David has grown dangerously erratic and fears that his mental health has deteriorated again, as it did in the latter years of his time at university. David has also told Sarah that he intends to take Sean to live with him, but this isn't the half of it. David has been ranting about how the goddess demands further payment in blood. She claims that he's already cursed Stacey Kimball, who succumbed to madness, and according to Sarah, David claims to have caused the death of Alicia's husband, Gary, who died in a motorcycle accident, with power granted to him by the god. Now, Sarah fears that she and the rest of the members of the society are next on his list, on David's list. Distraught, she pleads with you to intervene and protect not only yourselves but her son before David's madness claims more lives. During a strange moment in the cafe, Sarah suddenly blurted out about how she felt so sorry for Eric and mentioned the fact that he has got stomach cancer, despite Eric not having shared this with anyone other than Alicia. At the same time, Ray, for a brief moment, is sure that he sees the shadowy shape of a hunched figure with lank, greasy black hair stood behind Eric. But when he turns to look, there's nothing there. While Alicia is later questioning Sarah in the cafe toilet, John gets on the phone and puts things in motion for local social services to be alerted to Sarah's situation. Eric sends a text to David asking to speak to him, but there is no immediate response. Meanwhile, Ray, with a quick internet search, finds that David is working IT support for a local firm called Hypertech. Ray was probably the closest to David back in the days back at university. Indeed, they together, Ray and David founded the society. And even though Ray knows how intelligent and accomplished David was, he's surprised to see that David is just as a position of an unextraordinary mid-level employee of no particular merit in this IT company. So finally, the four of you decide to accompany Sarah to her home, a run-down house in a desperately deprived area of Milton Keynes. Her house is dirty, an unpleasant, sickly, sweet smell pervades the house, which seems devoid of anything of value other than a huge flat-screen TV that dominates the front room, upon which Sean is found absorbed in games on a shiny new PlayStation. Sarah seems to be even more on edge at home than she was in the cafe and retreats upstairs. Eric finds a photograph in the kitchen of Sarah, Sean, Angelica and David all together, almost like a family photo. Alicia heads upstairs and confronts Sarah about her drug taking, who suddenly turns violent though instantly snaps out of it when Eric rushes upstairs and intervenes. There is another little point I want to add in here as well. So, Alicia, during this incident, you can choose to make either a hard spot hidden or a psychology roll.
You've gone.
Oh, yeah, you're muted.
Stu,
Stu.
completely muted. Stu, say something. Hold up a sign.
Better.
Oh, yeah, can hear you now.
Yeah,
that's
there
right.
we go.
You can't sit there.
What was it? Spot hidden or what? Sorry.
You can choose between
Hard spot hidden.
a hard spot hidden or a psychology roll. Your choice, which you make.
I'll go for a hard spot hidden then. Nah.
Okay, so hard spot hidden would be half or less of your current. Well, you can set it to a hard roll, and that is that's just bog standard percentage. What's your spot hidden? So that is a fail then. So yeah. So forget that. Forget I even mentioned that. So while that's going on, I think Ray'd also come upstairs, and while all the commotion's going off, he uses this as a distraction to rifle through, look over the book that Sarah has scattered about her bedroom. Most of them are pretty bog standard, run-of-the-mill occult books. The most interesting amongst them being Fraser's The Golden Bough, which again, you can pick up any Waterstones. But he does find a slip of paper marking a page inside the Golden Bough. And on this piece of paper, on this bookmark, is written in biro, Stacy Ward 2, which you assume relates to your other friend, the other member of the 13.
Who's in hospital.
Who's in hospital, yeah. Stacey Kimball. There is, I mean, whether you're interested in the page that this piece of paper was bookmarking, you can let me know in a moment. So meanwhile, John decides it's time to phone the police and informs them that he believes Sarah and her children are at risk, possibly in danger. And although their response is a little offhanded, saying that they are already aware of Sarah's situation, they do promise to send a community liaison officer round later that evening. Eric then decides to send a photo of a copy of the photo he found in the kitchen to David, which almost instantly garners a reply from David, which says, "So glad to hear from you. Didn't realise you were in town. Can't wait to see you," and includes a link to Google Maps with his address. And that is where we left.
Okay.
So, as I say, if you're interested, if Ray's interested, you can look at the page that was bookmarked.
Yeah, what's he been nebbing at?
Or
she been nebbing at, rather.
So, not only is it bookmarked, it's kind of underlined, shakily underlined in biro, is the following passage. Among many primitive peoples, the moon is regarded as a great source of life, its phases governing the rhythm of growth, decay, and renewal in the natural world. Women, whose bodily cycles echo the waxing and waning of the moon, are often thought to share a mystic bond with it, their fertility tied to its silver light. In some traditions, a child conceived under the full moon is imbued with otherworldly qualities, as if the lunar rays weave an unseen thread between the heavens and the cradle of mortal life. These beliefs gave rise to rituals aimed at invoking the moon's power, not merely as a silent witness, but as an active midwife to human destiny. Which I'll drop that into chat. Bit of a mouthful. There we go.
Oh, you've got a scroll even?
Yeah, scroll. I don't know how I did that, but
Very fancy.
yeah,
Just pretend you meant it because it looks fancy. And then work out how to do it again.
Yes. There we go. So with that out of the recap out of the way, I turn it over to you.
Right, what's my car doing?
Your car.
On bricks.
Your car is miraculously untouched. So there's still a few few groups of kids hanging around, but nobody near your car at the moment, at least. Anyway.
Right, fine. Okay, right. Well, we've got a date then, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Barber would like to accommodate us.
Yeah. Well, I ought to go and see Stacey for what's happened to her.
Okay.
Can we
And
just
we should probably do this together
if
rather than
David's-
splitting up.
If David's up to some sort of mischief, which it sounds like he's, trying to be.
Is it a residential address he's given us?
The link, the Google Maps link, yeah, it's a residential address.
Fine. He'll be at home later. We'll just disturb him at dinner. It's fine.
It's
Happy with that.
yeah, it's about 4 miles away from Sarah's house in a in Ayton Lees.
Yeah, Stacey's at the university hospital, isn't she?
Yeah, University Teaching Hospital. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the outcome of this fight that I was having?
So Eric came up and separated you, and as he like knocked her back, she kind of fell back onto the bed, and it was almost as she just suddenly, almost instantly calmed down.
So Ray, you want to check on Stacey?
Yeah, I think it sounds like David's been up to all sorts of mad stuff in the last however many years.
What, you reckon he's been knocking her off as well?
I don't know. Well, if she reckons he's responsible for Alicia's husband's accident. Stacey's in hospital. If he's supposed to be some sort of whatever shit he's up to.
Well, you were talking. Sean was talking like being a warlock or something, wasn't he, earlier?
Yeah. So he said David had spoke to him about magic and told him about the 13 and the stuff you're supposed to do, and told him that when he grows up that he will be a strong wall.
I think David's a nutter, but he's a dangerous nutter.
Yeah. So before we go to aid him in his den, I think we need to find out what's going on for somebody that isn't some sort of raging crack addict, or in the nicest possible way.
Well, I mean, do you know that hospital quite well?
But I know where it is.
You're a nurse,
in and out
male nurse.
No, it's John. It's John Vinegar who's the nurse.
Oh, that's John, isn't it? Yeah, he's down in Kent.
Yeah.
Big pardon.
But yeah, I know where it is.
All right, fine. We'll have a go down there. What's parking like?
Well, expensive.
It's a hospital, isn't it? It's terrible.
Yeah. What time is it? Yeah, it's after 7:30 in the morning, so we're fucked.
All right, fine. We'll make our way over there.
There's a big multi-story in town. It's little.
Okay. Yeah,
you're not a poor man, so.
£7 a day. I mean, I've got to look after the penny. Right, okay, so. Okay, so's the hospital then. I'll drive us to the hospital.
Okay, so as you going to leave, says, I'm so sorry. I can't tell you enough how thankful I am that you came. I hope you don't think ill of me, but like I said, I just didn't know who else to turn to. There's only you that knows the history between us all. I couldn't go to the police. What am I going to tell the police? What could I possibly tell them?
All right.
That a man I slept with is casting magic spells on people.
All right. We're gonna see David later on. Okay, we're just gonna pay a visit to Stacey first of all. Just have a quick word and just talk to her.
If we help you out, you'll promise us to get can't live.
She just nods silently, and she takes John's hand and like holds his hand for a moment. And says, "Careful, John. I know you can still see." What? And then she goes back into the living room. Sean, what are you doing? I think you've been on there long enough. Got any homework? Oh, Mom, I'm playing. I'll do it later.
World's greatest fucking warlock. All right, come on and go.
So as you stood there, the front door suddenly rattles and opens, and in the doorway you see this pale-faced young girl or young woman, which you've seen the photograph, so you recognise it as Angelica, and she kind of opened the door, but on the sort of half on the pavement, half on the street, near, dangerously close to your Mondeo, is a souped up Fiesta, old like vintage Fiesta, all souped up. That's like the exhaust is like cracking and banging like a shotgun, and there's a couple of older lads, maybe in the early 20s, hanging out of the window, and Angelica kind of, I'll see you later. I'll give you a call. And there's a crack and a bang as they screech off down the street. And she turns and says, "Oh, all right.
Your brother was left on his own. You need to start taking responsibility around here."
Whoa, who the fuck do you think you are? I said, "Mom, who's these weirdos?" He goes,
"Don't batter her upstairs."
Well, hang on, I'm getting off the wrong foot here. Fine.
Are you actually saying that? Is Alicia saying that?
No.
No. Okay. Right. Okay. So then Sarah.
I'm saying my pillow.
Sarah comes through, appears from the living room. She goes, "Oh, Angelica, these my friends. I told you about them." Oh gosh, more of your friends, Mum. Really? Have you even fed Sean yet? And she's like, and Angelica, she pushes past. She says, Have you eaten anything, Sean, yet? And he kind of just shrugs. "I got you something. I'll chuck it in the microwave." And she pushes past you all and heads into the kitchen.
I think this is a good chat up draw.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, Yeah.
We'll wipe her feet the way out.
Right, to the hospital.
Roll for
Uh,
sanity
shot.
afterwards.
Okay, so you head out, leaving the suburban bliss. It's not bliss. Right. Okay. So the hospital is kind of on the outskirts of the town centre. Cities. Is it a town or does it count as a city, Milton Keynes? I'm never sure.
City.
It's a city.
Sure,
Very
it's
good.
a city.
All right.
Cathedral, city walls. See, that's the third one.
I'm not sure it has a cathedral. Certainly not an old one, anyway. Anyway, we'll say city. So yeah, it's on the outskirts of the city centre. So it doesn't take too long to reach, and although the car park is quite full, you do manage to find a space after driving, maybe doing a couple of circuits. And it's kind of in central.
Not even a spot hidden, Phil.
So it's kind of central to the car park is like a grassy area where there's like there's a few like fruit trees have been planted, apple trees or something like that. And this is what the university hospital looks like.
Oh, there we go. That's that.
Look at it, wonderful.
Well, I could drop you off and then go and find a parking spot, so you'll use some time a bit more productively.
Flat and bland.
Yep.
Hello, viewers in Milton Keynes.
Okay. So yeah. So I guess eventually we all get into reception. Who's got the details? Who's got Stacey's details?
Yeah. Ward 2. So we'll spend the next 2.5 hours wandering around Milton Keynes Hospital,
Trying to
It's
decipher.
like one of those little, they've got like patient helpers, haven't they? In the little like pink shirts and things.
Trying to decipher those
Volunteers.
color-coded lines that lead you all on a merry chase all the way around the hospital,
Yeah.
back to where you started.
Can we work out from the ward number what area she's going to be in? Broken her legs? Is she in oncology?
So Ward 2 is in this psychiatric unit.
Ooh.
So if you wish, you can either make your way. It's easy enough to find. I mean, the layout's pretty well displayed on the map. But you can, and as you said, the staff that are more than willing to help you out and give you directions, take you all the way there if necessary. So John, you're a nurse, aren't you? So this.
I am.
And psychiatric nurse as well, come to that, I believe. So,
Flash your badge.
so when you get to the psychiatric unit, it's obvious to you that the Ward 2 that Sarah is supposedly on is not a secure unit. It's a voluntary. Patients here are here voluntarily rather than being sectioned. So you eventually find Stacey at the far end of Ward 2. It's quite quiet, quite sedate. There's pleasant, some low volume classical music playing in the background. A couple of nurses busy about dispensing medication to some of the patients. And you were shocked. It's been 20 years, so you expect people to look different. But you were shocked when you see Stacey Kimball laid, apparently dozing in the hospital bed.
It's going to look like Zelda.
Oh, blimey.
Fuck you, I wasn't wrong. I was
Zelda from
close.
Terrorhawks.
I'm sure I fancied her.
Didn't Ray fancy everybody?
God, have you ever seen some people that pop up like on Facebook at school reunions or something, and like you're, oh god.
So yeah, so Stacey is thin to the point of looking emaciated, and she looks visibly ill. I mean, if you thought Sarah looked ill, in comparison, Sarah looks a clear, like a clean bill of health. Her lips are chapped, and there's lank, greasy, shoulder-length black hair that sticks to her sallow cheeks. You can see a right hand is protruding slightly from under the sheet, and you can see the white cross of the scar in the palm of her hand that you all bear from that night in the woods 20 years ago. You can all make a spot hidden as well. Oh, it's two hearts. Excellent. Wow. And a complete.
Whoa. Thanks for coming,
my
Eric.
glasses fell off. Whoa.
That has to be a door frame. Just don't.
Right. So, we'll come to Eric in a moment.
Straight out the window.
So, So as Sarah kind of shifts, rolls over slightly in bed, pulling her arm back under the sheets. But as she does so, you notice that the white of the scar, this like white cross of the scar in her hand, it runs from her hand, and there's like a jagged white scar running up her forearm from directly connected to the scar in the palm of her hand. Eric, you're looking over Sarah when over at Stacy when there's a clink as your foot catches something, and looking down you see a large untouched ampule of morphine.
Oh, do I make a power roll to try to resist picking
You
it?
can make a power roll indeed. Oh, excellent. Your will is strong.
Hand that in. Don't want that going astray.
Okay, so you pick it up and hand it to one of the nurses who thanks you profusely and probably berates one of the younger nurse that's with her for not being observant and blames her for dropping it.
I feel a twinge in my stomach. Though.
You feel a twinge in the palm of your hand. So, what are you all doing? Stacey's there, laid, looking as lovely as ever in the hospital bed, apparently asleep or dozing.
Like rap.
I'll sit down. I'll sit down next to her and just go, "Hey, Stace." Might even hold her hand.
Which hand are you? Which hand are you holding?
Oh, what happens if the scars touch?
Sparks.
Which side?
So you're
of,
currently
the ward is she on?
Which side? I would say she is on the right-hand side of the ward, in the bottom right-hand corner of the ward, the furthest corner. You currently, you saw the hand like hanging out the side of the bed, so it's safe to say that you're either
That hand that.
Yeah, so you're currently stood either at the foot of the bed or on the right-hand side of the bed, I would say.
In that case, it's probably going to be a left hand that I hold if she's lying on her back.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll sit down wherever the chair is, so it's kind of your choice which hand.
I'll tell you what. Give us a look roll.
I hold. Look.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
So the chair's on the right-hand side.
Okay. So yeah, I will hold her, whichever hand that is.
Okay. Oh, by the way, where's Spot? Obviously not in the hospital.
Yes, he is.
Oh, wow. You've got him.
This is why he's such a small dog, is he goes in here, and why I'm wearing quite a bulky coat for the time of year.
Okay. Very
All the
well.
nurses hiding their Spot hiddens then.
So is it a he or a she as well?
It's probably a she.
A she. So she's
Yeah.
presumably she's well trained to behave when she's tucked in.
She's used to it. She goes just like she tucks like half down the arm of my coat. And
Right.
just goes to slip in there where it's nice and warm.
Okay.
And she's only like that big. She's used to it. She goes everywhere. So she's always in there.
Okie dokie. Very good. And
every now and then I'll just like feed her some snack. There you go, have a snack.
Okay, so you sit down and take Stacey's hand.
Take a hand.
What hand is Ray's dominant hand?
Right.
Right. Okay.
Otherwise I'll just get confused.
Okay. So you take her right hand into yours. Well, probably maybe both of them. And
and just go, "Hey, Stace."
So as you place your hands together, your right hand, the palm of your right hand comes down upon the palm of her right hand, and it's almost like a static charge that you get off a metal, a polished metal railing, handrail in a shop or somewhere, and her eyes suddenly like just snap open, and she
Ah!
that made me cough.
And
And there's this look of like terror on her face, her eyes darting left and right until she
what the fuck do you do?
And then she suddenly seems to snap out of it, and she's suddenly aware of you, sat and stood around the bed. There was kind of a puzzled look on her face, and she looked at Ray.
Hey, Stace.
Ray, where?
How are you doing?
I've been better.
What are you doing in here?
I've had some problems. I haven't been myself for a while now. Not since my mother passed away. Things have been a little bit. Is that you, Alicia?
Yeah, I've brought the gang.
Eric, John. I don't understand. What are you doing here?
Well, we're here because we heard you're not well.
Oh, who told you? I'd not.
Sarah. We just come from Sarah's house.
Oh, I see.
What do you know about what's been going on between her and Barbara?
David?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Sarah told me all sorts of things. Things are complicated.
That's what we're trying to work out. We're trying to work out what her delusions are compared to what's actually happening and how dangerous David is.
Delusion? What do you mean, delusion?
She has a bit of chemical-induced fantastical life, shall we say.
Yes, Sarah's got a bit of a problem. It came apart a year, 2 years ago. Started.
She thinks that David's got something to do with it. She thinks that he's basically fucked her life up so he can take her kid off her.
Take Sean? Why would? I don't know. I haven't actually seen Sarah for months now.
What about Barbara?
David?
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to David. I haven't spoken to David at all. You can make a psychology roll. Anybody who's present.
Well, she didn't. Oh, there you go.
As we all turn around and go, lies!
Lies! Knows a bullshitter when he hears one.
Who's the bullshitter? Who's the bullshitter?
Apart from-
Who's
nah,
the bullshitter on the bed?
Now she's telling the truth.
Oh, wow! Look at Ray.
Look, Linens, I told you I fancied her. You know, believe anything she says.
Even in the state.
Okay, so Alicia's failed that as well. So John and Eric, whether she's lying on, not sure that she's lying specifically, but she's certainly not being completely honest.
You know that Sean is David's child, yeah. That Sarah and David were knocking about.
That's what Sarah told me, and she suddenly like racked by a coughing fit, and she like grabs a tissue from the cabinet at the side of the bed and holds it to her mouth. She's coughing up. And when she takes it away, there's kind of like brownish black phlegm collected in the
TV as well.
I don't know. I've been ill. I've been ill, Eric. And she kind of leans over and to drop this screwed up tissue into the waste paper bag, into the hazardous disposal bin at the side of the bed. And as she does, Ray, she looks up at you and she smiles. And as she smiles, the smile is a little bit too wide. And as her lips part, you can see rotten, broken teeth. And a voice says, "Be seeing you soon, Ray."
Woo!
And then she grabs another tissue.
I'll look at these three. Just, I'm not going to say anything, but do they react to that at all?
They don't. More surprisingly, your guardian angel, Spot, doesn't react either.
I'll probably stand up and back away a little bit because that was
You're all right,
no need
Ray?
to be rude.
Just a bit of a cough.
Oh,
What was
Squeamish.
that about?
Let's move to the milk pit.
There
Go
are
on.
no pretty pics of Milton Keynes.
Oh no, that's quite okay.
Did
Sorry, go on.
you not hear
I had a big hacking
what's she on
cough.
about? Be seeing you soon. Rhea,
What?
she just said, be seeing you soon. You did. Did you not?
Stacey?
Is
Am
that-
I going fucking mental as well?
So, I was just talking. What are you talking about, Ray? I was just talking about Sarah. And as she talks, you can see her teeth are a little, perhaps a little yellowed. Maybe the dental care isn't the best, but they're certainly not the horrific, twisted, blackened, rotting teeth that you saw just a moment ago.
Sorry, I just must just have had a moment.
Fair enough, happens to us all. So anyway, Stacey, we're going to go and see David this afternoon once we've been here. Is there anything that we should be aware of? Maybe anything about Bridget?
Bridget?
Yeah, his wife.
What about Bridget?
No.
What about
I
her?
don't know.
What
I don't
about
know,
Bridget? What are you bringing
All right,
Bridget
calm
into
down.
this for? Why are you bringing Bridget up?
I'm like, there is
Is
something
there a
about
reason why we shouldn't?
Well, this is where my extreme
Paranoia.
I know, wasn't it? Yeah. Right.
What's Bridget got to do with this? Have
She lives
you
with him.
have you told Bridget?
we're going to.
Well, the thing is, right, David was thinking of running off with Sean. Now, even the most inattentive wife is going to notice if a 9-year-old boy starts hanging around the house. So he was going to have to tell her at some stage. Are you worried about what other secrets might come out?
She looks over to the right hand side as if she's looking at something past you, something just behind you, and no, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. I didn't mean. I didn't know. And she just and she keeps repeating this over and over again. The volume and pitch of voice just rises. I don't know.
Okay.
One of the nurses comes running over. Says, whoa! What have you done? She's now calm down now, Stacey. Calm down. And she one of the other nurses comes running over, and they quickly apply some sedatives. John, so it's just some mild sedatives, nothing major, not like antipsychotics or anything like that. And her eyes almost immediately droop.
Okay, she's definitely fucking David, or possibly Bridget.
Yeah.
Maybe both. I just don't understand why the secrecy. Why didn't you just invite his wife? Where's cult leader for?
I mean, maybe she does know about it. You know, maybe she's in on it.
You can
One of the many questions we're going to ask them tonight.
Yeah.
so
Is Stacey still awake? Or is she
she's
just
kind. She's not asleep, but she's kind of. She's the sedatives seem to quickly have an effect, and she slips. She starts to. Her eyes droop, and she starts to mutter something.
Stacey, what happened, love?
What's going on, Stacey? Come on, talk to us.
And she
What's
she looks at you through, like her eyelids are drooping, and she's saying something, but her voice is quite hushed. Okay, give me a power roll, please, Ray.
If she bites my ear off, I'll be very unhappy.
Oops, second. What do you roll? Sorry, I missed that. Oh, it's a pass.
50. Pass.
Just
Come on, Stace.
I failed him.
Stace. Failed who?
I failed him.
Failed who, Stacey?
He was blessed by the goddess, and I failed him.
What did you do?
And yeah, she just mutters. She keeps repeating the same thing.
You know, he was blessed by. She's in with David. It's done something to her.
Right, the nurse says, "Well, I think Stacey clearly needs some rest. If you want to come back another time, that's fine. But
yeah."
Does anyone feel like we shouldn't have come back to this shit? Let them get.
I fucking live here, mate.
Unlucky for some. That's why I'm.
Anybody got a spare room? I can. My flat isn't like the best, so you know, if you've got a spare room, I can borrow.
I'm looking at upsizing.
I'd be quite happy to get out of here, I think. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you guys caught that, but said I failed him. He's been blessed by the goddess, and I failed him. The only person I can think of that applies to is that loon.
Are we going to see him now? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
I think we need
we
to,
need
but I
to
think
see
we need to
him.
be careful.
This is not endgame. This is scouting. All right. We're going to go in. We're going to get a quick assessment of his general mental health. We're not trying to achieve anything other than just getting a lay of the land.
Just in case, has anyone got any weapons?
No. This is Milton Keynes.
I was like, this is Milton.
I've got a shotgun in the boot.
This is Milton Keynes. Of course I do.
Yeah.
Baseball bat with some barbed wire wrapped around it. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
No. John. You can give me what's your quick look. See where I would have a quick. Just need to have a quick gander at your character sheet a moment. Yeah, could give us either a psychology or a medicine role.
I believe my psychology's higher, so.
Oh, let's see. Does that? And what's your spot hidden? Oh, that passes your spot hidden as well. So yeah, as everybody's walking away from the bed, you catch sight of some of the paperwork as one of the nurses puts it down. You know, it's got the thing, you know, listing like medication, medical history, and all this kind of stuff. And
I'll be like, yonk.
And you manage to get a good look. You know, you hang back a little bit and have a good look, and you can see that that Stacey has been having a history of mental health issues and problems with alcohol abuse. And in 2004, she presented herself to her doctor as being pregnant, but was later diagnosed as being a pseudo-cysis, a phantom pregnancy.
Who's that?
The phantom pregnancy, then no.
However, Trevor a Moonchild as well.
So there was, following that, there seemed to have been some offers of counselling and mental health care, but somehow, like so many other people you've seen, somehow she went unnoticed, fell through the cracks, and is not the next records are just like a few months ago when she was sectioned to the hospital.
Echo. Food time. Okay.
So we should release after being section. Like, how much time have I got for like?
If you want to give me another spot hidden roll,
yeah, just I'll try.
You can push. Okay, that's success. Wow. Okay, I'm going to say
Right,
that would have been a push roll.
while the nurse is there, and
You're what, sorry?
I'll just sort of look.
Okay.
So she was sectioned. Not this time, but previously before. that?
No, a few months ago when she was so it was phantom pregnancy, 2004, and then the last up until recently, there was the last record is early 2005 when she was offered counselling, and then there's nothing until just a few months ago when she was sectioned and admitted to the psychiatric ward here. But when she recovered, she was transferred into Ward 2, which is a voluntary. She could.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So she hasn't had a relapse. She's actually just been released from being sectioned. But I imagine that if she doesn't show signs of recovery, she'll go back in.
So she could anytime she wants. She could walk out of here. She's not been sectioned. She's not under duress. She could leave at any time. So she has chosen to remain here.
She's responding to the treatment.
So she's now in the psychiatric unit, voluntary of her own volition. So you catch up with going to catch up with the others? Oh, sorry, were you going to do something?
No, I think I'll just discreetly, because I know the nurse won't answer any questions. So, because I'm not a direct relative, so I think I'll take a little tidbit and go and catch up with everybody else.
You can give me a power roll as well, just as you're leaving, if you would. Power roll.
Maybe I can't. Maybe I used up all my good rolls now. That's me. The rest of the game.
And she bites your ear off.
Head starts spinning around.
Okay, so you feel a pain in the palm of your right hand, a wetness, and looking down, you see the old scar in your hand has just opened up, and blood is pouring from this open wound, this deep cross-shaped gash across the palm of your hand.
I'll look around. Is there a towel or something? Actually, there's one of those things, isn't there? The dispensers. With
probably is. Yeah.
I'll just immediately grab a handful of those, press it right under my palm.
Okay. So you grab it up and press them into your arm. You can feel you feel the sting as you press the paper towels into your hand. And one of the nurses, "Are you all right there, sir?"
Yeah. And sort of look again.
There's nothing.
Nah, sorry. Just something got caught
give
there.
me a sanity roll if you would. And sorry, Ray should have given me a sanity roll as well once back at the bedside. So if you would do that for me as well. If you pass, there's nothing. If you fail, you lose a point. Look at that, Ray's.
No, I'm fine.
Off sterner stuff.
It's just a normal Wednesday in Milton Keynes.
Yeah, fine. Just taking it down to stress the situation. Sorry, just something. I don't know. I think I put my hand on something around there.
So, do you need me to take a look?
Actually, while the nurse is there, I was like, how's she holding up anyway?
Ooh, give me a persuade or a credit rating. I'll take a credit rating. If you're gonna, from a professional point of view.
I'll go for persuade, if you don't mind.
Okay, no, that's perfectly fine. Different results, perhaps, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I'm just obviously it's good to see she's out here now, but couldn't help noticing she didn't quite come in by her own choice. I take it things are being a bit rough.
Yeah, she was Miss Kimball was admitted for there were suspicions that she might take her own life. She's suffering from quite bad depression since that seems to resurface regarding her mother, the death of her mother.
It's a shame. I never know how grief affects any of us, eh?
No, well, it has been almost 15 years from what I can tell from her records since her mother passed away.
Some people don't deal with it initially and resurf. I've seen that before.
I guess so. Yeah, you work for the service yourself?
I do. Just obviously not in the area. I'm from out of town, just visiting.
Yeah. So, yes, for some reason she blames herself for the death of her mother. Although according to records, her mother, the doctor recorded cause of death as pneumonia.
Maybe she didn't talk to anybody. Most of us, her friends, have left.
No, I don't believe. I don't believe there's any case of neglect or anything of the kind. She was well looked after. She shrugs and the other nurse calls her name. She says, "Well, if you'll excuse me."
Okay, well, thank you, and I'll get out.
Okay.
I'll look at my hand, going.
Yeah, it aches.
Shrug it off.
It aches. Your hand aches. The scar aches. You've not noticed. It's not bothered you for years, decades, and now it feels it aches almost as if it was just inflicted recently.
So It's a very odd idea coming back here. I just think to myself, it's bringing back old memories.
And as you think this, you have a sudden flashback. You can hear the sound of the crackling fire. You can feel the heat from it. You see the dirt on the floor between your toes. You feel the hands of your friends, the other members of the 13, as you dance and cavort about the fire and the skull of a 4-horned sheep that sits in the centre of the circle, and then it passes.
The follies, right. I put a spring in my step, walk a bit quicker to catch up with everybody.
Okay, so you finally catch up with so John finally catches up with the rest of you in the foyer, in the reception of the main entrance of the hospital.
10 minutes left in the parking. Come on.
Yeah, sorry, it took a minute. It looks like she wasn't initially brought in here by her own will. Having a chat there to the nurse and managed to have a quick look over the record. She's been in and out, but yeah, she was admitted here, sectioned initially, and now...
When was she first sectioned? When was she first sectioned?
About 3 months ago.
Yeah.
She's actually hasn't left the hospital. She's in the voluntary ward now, but that's just her being transferred out of the secure unit, so something big's happened.
Do we think this is David trying to silence? Because it sounded like she had something big she wanted to say.
I'll just say, Alicia, good thing you weren't here at this time. It seems like David has been planting a seed or trying to, or amongst some ideas. Guys, what the hell were we involved in? Did we
I think Alicia's a bit too classy to fall for that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I think the distance has helped because this guy seems to be relentless. What did we get up to? Did we do anything gnarly? It was just a bit of fun, wasn't it, folk? We just had a laugh in our uni days.
Yeah, well, these guys certainly seem to have carried it on, and I don't know, I got a bit out of their depth.
Well, I'd like to think that our time has given us a bit more of an open mind than some others, but you're right. He seems to have, I don't know. There's all this talk of warlocks and powers and moonchilds and stuff like that. David's gone round the cocker.
Yeah, we got drunk and fooled about and said a few chants and words, but
either that or he's
else
just a chance
going on here.
Well, maybe he's just a chance who saw a way to get his end away.
Maybe when he's younger, but now I don't know.
Yeah,
I think we need to pay a visit to Mr. Barber.
So Ray, you like I said before, Ray, you knew David before any of the others. You'd known him at university, at least. You knew him the longest. You were really closer than anybody else, and it was you two that came up with the idea for the society, and it was your idea to form the 13. But David has always been charismatic. He used to make jokes, Charles Manson jokes at his expense. He was always strangely charismatic. Always had the ladies chasing him. And most of the female members of the society had some kind of relationship with David at one time or another.
Even Alicia.
Yeah,
that's up to Alicia.
He could make anybody do anything for him.
And he wasn't, his interest weren't solely of the female persuasion either. He was quite happy to take to bathe in the devotions of anyone who wanted to share their love with him.
Well, fucking me, I'll tell you.
Oh, was it?
Psychology check.
What do you remember?
Not that that was a bad thing, of course. That was just how David was. He was charismatic. It was
university, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Young and daft.
No, he's old and daft.
Whereas now he seems to
sex, drugs, and occult.
Right. So we're going to have pay a little visit to Mr. Barber then?
Yeah, I think so. See if we can talk it out with him.
So,
okay.
But, I mean, maybe we've got the wrong end of the stick, and maybe Sarah is just completely loopy.
Oh, that was one of my thoughts. Maybe she's kind of like fixated on him, and it's actually some other bloke who she thinks is him. I've got a photo. So, obviously they've met each other at some stage.
And, to be fair, knowing David, I mean, they might have had a relationship 9 years ago.
So are you showing this photo to anybody, Eric?
Only the people in the car.
Yeah. So when you're going to show it when you get to the car. Okay. So, so you cross as you're making your way from the entrance of the hospital, cross over this like I said, this grassy area with these like memorial trees planted, fruit trees mainly, cherry trees, apple trees. And Alicia, you notice as you're walking past the, like I said, there's these little plaques, saying these trees are in remembrance of such and such person, or dedicated to this person or that person. The apple tree that's at the centre of this area, you notice a rosemary wreath sat at the base of the tree. And nobody else notices this unless they make a spot hidden roll.
I'm driving. I'm not driving yet, are we?
Oh, not driving yet, no. It will be a passive roll, so if you fail, there's no, you can spend luck, but you can't push it.
Well, rolly. So I rolled it.
So Eric saw, John
I'm
didn't.
too busy thinking about her being admitted and stuff in my hand, and I'm zoned out.
No.
Not noticed.
Okay, so Eric,
We are all massively distracted.
So Eric, you notice, probably maybe because Alicia's paused briefly and looking at this, and so you also see this this rosemary wreath, and you can both make an occult roll. Well, actually, Alicia, you don't need to make an occult roll because I'll tell you this anyway because it's of relevance to you. But Eric, you can make an occult roll. Okay.
Yes, off.
Yeah. So Alicia,
I'm not going to say that.
So a rosemary wreath is a pagan funeral tribute of remembrance. One that you know well from the ones that you would place every year by the tree in your garden. And it's October. The branches of this apple tree are heavy with ripe apples, and the grass surrounding it is littered with fallen fruit, some swollen and rotten, scattered around on the ground beneath it. And Alicia, you can give me a power roll. So you feel faint irritation, itching in the palm of your right hand, as you go to, kind of absent-mindedly scratch at it a little bit, and you sure somewhere, almost as if it's like drifting in on the wind, you hear a faint rhythmic drumming, like a ritual drumming. Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. So as you approach, you can this drumming seems to be still distant but more distinct, and you can hear, maybe it's the wind, you're not sure, but it sounds like you can hear a woman wailing, a pained, anguished wailing, and is that the sound of a baby crying that you can hear?
Who does? Baby crying.
Music to my ears.
Yeah, but it hits the special.
So,
You're at a hospital. You're going to hear things like that, aren't you?
so are you voicing, saying that you've heard this?
Yeah.
So nobody else can hear this.
So this was going baby crying. Know where the baby's coming? Yeah, the baby crying.
Your parents are supposed to tell you that.
So the only thing you can hear is the sound of traffic, sound of birds, and
Occasional siren.
yeah, indeed. And Alicia, you notice one of these, like I said, there's like rotten apples littering the floor. You notice one of them is split open. Maybe somebody stood on it, and thick, blackened, blood-like substance is oozing from a fleshy interior in which squirms a mewling, barely formed human fetus.
Oh, rah.
And you can
Guys,
make a sanity roll.
I thought, rah. Anyone else seeing this shit?
Oh, you baby.
Okay, so you still lose 1 point of sanity. So Eric, you're the nearest person, so you see Alicia's face just drain white.
Alicia, you're right, Alicia?
No.
Okay, is it hospital? Yeah, you've done hospitals.
Take it you can't see that the baby fetus? No.
You see the
No.
reef. You see the reef, but no.
Yeah, the wreath. Does that help?
Half seeing shit, guys. Man.
Maybe like Sarah drugged her. Or do we have a cup of tea in the house? I can't remember.
No.
No, you didn't.
No.
know.
Such enough mugs.
I think she offered us one, and we were like, we saw the cup.
Maybe there's like some ergot in her house or something, which got into our systems. Fine. Okay, no. Well, I haven't seen anything, so I'm the only sane one here.
Yeah.
I think I will drive down to David's, and then we're gonna have our first conversation with him. Do it.
Okay, so you head across this area to the car park. Eric unlocks the Mondeo. You stood around waiting to get in. Are you sitting in? Is Alicia sitting in the front? Okay. So the locks pop up, and you reach down, pull open the passenger door, and you hear a voice at your shoulder, Alicia.
Ray, can you move the seat forward a bit?
The voices made you do it, didn't they, Alicia? Did they make you do it? Did they really?
Right, Jazz FM.
Close my eyes for a little bit. Wake me up when we get there.
Oh, yeah,
Too good?
yeah.
I lost the cam.
You know, it's like
5 miles.
quarter of an hour around the corner.
I've done that.
Okay, so you're just getting in the car then, Alicia?
Yeah, so
Ooh.
Okay, all right. So you get into the car, pull out the car park, and drive off. Come to the junction leading out of the hospital, and head back down the main street, skirting around the edges of town, and heading towards.
Is it not the nice part of town?
It is the nice part of town that he lives in. Yes,
We're going to get a nice picture.
You know this. Well, you know much of the area. So he lives in. It's Ayton Lees. It's quite a new, quite middle class development on the edge of Milton Keynes. So you skirt the route. Takes you. Skirt the edge of the city centre. You come up to a set of lights. There's a newsagent's off license on the corner, and there's the newspaper boards. Those wooden boards with the metal diamond grill on the front with the sheet with the headline written on in black marker, and it's there's a headline on the I forget the name of the local paper, but on the local paper it says search for homeless man ongoing. Yeah,
what happens?
So it's about a 20-minute drive to Michael Barber's house, by which time it is about 20 to 5. The sun
How long to David Barber's house?
Sorry?
How long to David Barber's house?
Is that not what I said?
You said Michael Barber.
Did I? Oh, David Barber's house.
Got the wrong direction.
Come to the wrong place.
Yeah, so it's about a 20-minute drive, and it's like I say, it's 20 to 5, so it's getting on. The sun is low in the sky. Not much. Not long till dusk. Yeah, this is David. This is where David lives.
Oh, this is an artist impression.
Yeah. This is AI.
The cameras again for some reason.
Okay, well.
So yeah, there's this
Looks like parking could be a problem.
No, there's like there's even like a spot just in front of the lake, kind of that's like a visitor parking
That's
spaces.
Old man come out and say, "That's my spot." So, okay.
And there's as well as there being, so there's 2 spots that are like visitor parking, and then the rest of there's like a parking spot with the number of each house.
Parking the wrong one, I dare you.
Breaking the law.
And David's house is one of the middle ones, overlooking this man-made wetland.
I mean, it's not bad. I'd stay away from this kind of development, usually because it's a bit close to the old waters. So when floodwaters start to rise in 20 years, they're all going to be underwater, aren't they? But yeah, pays your money, takes choice.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going to show people the photograph, weren't you, in the car?
Yeah. Have a butcher's at this.
So Eric shows you all this quite manky. It's got a slightly sticky covering the corners are bent, but it's a happy family-like photo of Sarah Moore, Angelica Moore, Sean Moore, and David Barber. They're all stood together, smiles on their faces. Sean maybe like a kind of a forced, begrudging smile. They're all stood together as like a family photo. But you can, looking at the photo, you can either give me a psychology roll or a hard spot hidden roll.
Not today.
Oh dear.
You can. All of your rolls.
You cannot. Don't forget, you can always spend luck or re-roll. You've only missed John. You've only missed it by 1 point.
1 point. Okay, I'll spend a point of luck then. Why not?
So if you click on the roll card, oh wow, Ray's got it. Boom. So if you click on the card, it'll expand it, and there'll be a button that says spend.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I looked at it before and failed, so it's not got any cleaner since.
Yeah. So yeah, like I say, it looks. Apart from the fact that one of the people in this photo is David, who is not technically part of the family, it looks, to all intents and purposes, like a happy family photograph. Although there's something odd about it that it takes John. It takes you perhaps a moment to realise there's something odd about the stance, distances between people. But Ray, you pick up on it almost straight away. The way that Angelica and David stood, perhaps the look on the faces, insinuates some level of intimacy between them.
Oh, is he Dylan and daughter as well?
I'm just going basilisk.
But of course, Eric and Alicia, you're oblivious to this.
What a lovely, happy family.
Bit too lovely, bit too happy in some
Bit
cases.
too happy.
I mean, whether you're sharing this with
A
the
bit
others.
too family.
And I just saw him go, this guy doesn't know when to stop, does he? What the?
No. It's not really something in a photo that you can really
What
show
you guys?
somebody.
What are you guys yammering about?
I think
David
just-
creeping into the family.
Yeah, and I
Oh.
think he's possibly creeping at the daughter as well. This guy,
There's
I
just
think
something
he's
going on.
he must be a nymphomaniac. He's obviously got problems here. For God's sake, can you not leave it alone for 5 minutes?
So
And what is the problem with the women of Milton Keynes? That's what I want to know. Because based on that photo, I'm no expert, but he does not look pretty much of a looker. Not that I really take much of an interest in whether men look handsome or not. Really, completely irrelevant.
Not
to me.
anymore, anyway.
Oh, you never know. It's people like him
Didn't bother
target
you
the
at
vulnerable
uni?
ones. They always find a way in. It's more a mental game than anything else. Now, I've seen them before. They're just
Right.
it's the power.
All right, fine. So we're going
So-
in.
so-
we're having
so when
having a
you
nice chat.
when you say this, Eric, you hear a voice at your shoulder. They didn't have much choice in your case, did they, did they, Eric? Didn't have any choice at all.
Radio's playing up. Sorry, guys.
You can make a sanity roll, Eric, if you would. Okay.
Thought it was never going to stop.
It's all
Nothing or
fine.
one or.
I think you're going to lose one anyway.
Okay.
For a moment,
Right.
as well as you try and keep yourself composed. For a moment, you could swear that you saw a figure caught in the wing mirror of the car. This figure with long, lank, greasy black hair that hanging down, obscuring most of the face. But you could see the skin was marred with scabs and pockmarks. And as you would adjust the mirror, it's just as the mirror shifts, there's nothing. There's nothing.
All right.
Who is this arsehole? Right,
We're going
David.
to pay a visit.
Yeah.
Come on in. Let's go meet David.
Okay. So, like I say, it's quite new. Can't be more than 10 years old. This building, this estate, and it's all well appointed. There's a brand new car out front. I'm not up on cars, so I don't know what car is it. You know your cars, Eric. What car is it? And it's up and coming car for an up and coming IT.
Lexus.
A Lexus, indeed, and brand new. I don't care if you don't know that, Alexa. Shut up. So look, yeah, brand new Lexus. Although as you get closer, Eric, you see it's not brand new. It's it's a used from a dealer, but a used car. Still expensive, still a good car. And so you're all going down the path to the front door.
Yeah. Well-banded.
So you can see the curtains on all the windows aren't fully drawn, maybe partially drawn. You can see lights on inside. Maybe the faint sound of music from a radio. And as you're almost at the door when the door opens, and stood there to almost this like a shimmering halo of the hall light shining behind you. You see David. It's
Punch his smug little face.
It's David. You don't. You instantly, equally recognise and don't recognise. The years have taken their toll. There's still hints of his good looks. They're hidden by years of lack of exercise, and his face is now, along with the rest of his body, is chubby, rolls of fat, and dark rings surround his eyes. But as he opens the door, it's like a big smile. It's a smile that you recognise. The smile that just instantly teleports you back to your days at university, where David, you would see David and he would welcome you each day with this friendly, beaming smile that always put you at ease, made you feel wanted, important. So Eric, Alicia, John, Ray, it's so good. It's so good to see you. What are you doing here?
Are we coming, David?
Oh, of course. Come in. Bridget, look who's here.
Right, Bridge.
And Bridget appears quite like a apron on, but not like a flowery feminine. Like a quite expensive looking print. It looks like it's just been pressed. Not even not
So it's not
even
black vinyl then,
Oh, no.
poetry assistant.
no, not at all. Like
It's not a butcher's apron.
and it's immaculate. There's not even if she's cooking, it's not it's not even like a dusting of flour or anything on it. It's completely untouched. And she I can't believe you're here. David said you got a text from Eric. I didn't realize you were so close, and they lead you into this bright, welcoming 3-bedroom semi-detached house, clearly designed with comfort, practicality in mind. The entryway features a small, neatly arranged hallway with a shoe rack to one side, coat hooks. Then it opens out into a spacious living room filled with soft, neutral tones and stylish yet understated furnishings. There's a large sofa with plump cushions that faces this sleek, flat, state-of-the-art TV mounted on the wall, while framed by numerous family photos, carefully chosen decorative accents such as a vase of fresh flowers or a statement lamp that add this personal touch. So it's clearly, you all recognise it as Bridget's touch, her taste. And
I think it's the shoes off place, lads.
And this whole living space feels cosy without being cluttered, and instantly, along with the aroma coming from the vaporizer over the one side of the room, it just instantly, like, you feel the tension start to drop away. Through the open doorway you can see there's a kitchen diner that's like the heart of the home, with gleaming countertops, modern appliances, and a tidy dining table positioned near glass sliding doors that open out into a modest but manicured garden. The kitchen itself is clearly spotless, much like Bridget's apron, with everything organised, neatly tucked away and in its proper place. And there is an aroma of lavender or citrus that drifts through from the kitchen, mingles with the smell of cooking from the stove. Off to your left, you can see a double switchback set of stairs that leads to the upper floor, from where the sound of music, faint strains of music is coming. So come in, and David comes over to you and shakes your hand and embraces all of you, each of you in turn. And as he does so,
slightly more rigid.
Just give him a stern.
It just says, "Oh, well, you'll forgive me but this is a pleasure. This couldn't be anything else. Please come and sit down. Bridget, can put the kettle on." And he leads you through into this seating area, waiting for you to all take a seat.
Take your shoes off, guys.
I'll leave my shoes on.
Yeah, I'm leaving mine on as well.
Power play.
Fucking rebel.
I'm thinking we'll probably want to leave here quickly. Tentacles come out.
Everyone's keeping their tentacles themselves.
David hasn't.
Okay, right. Yeah, we'll sit down.
Shall we? So as you sit down, shall we take a brief couple of minutes break?
Yeah.
Nip to the loo, have a cuppa or whatever.
Good, okay.
Yep.
Right here. So we'll be back in MO. We're back.
There's
Go on, Colin. What were you going to say?
this Scottish guy, and also his nose went like that. He had been punched that many times, right? And the rest of his face went the other way. And he had about 9 kids, all the different women. And you just went, hi? And they weren't struggle snuggles, you know what I mean? It was like, well,
Struggle snuggles. Wow, that's an interesting way of putting that.
I'm going to introduce my wife to them tonight. Oh, you've chosen.
Oh, dear me.
Well, I guess that's something with love taps, isn't it?
Love taps.
Oh, dear God.
Ah, dear. Right. So, anyway, I'm sure there's none of that involved in this scenario at all. Right. Yeah. So you all take a seat in this exquisitely designed sitting room.
Been too long, David.
It has. It's been It's been much too long. Just how have you all been? It's just so strange. I was thinking about you all just the other day. Didn't I say, Bridget? Of course, yes, David, you did. You were just talking about them all the other day. Yes, you were. She comes. She appears at the doors to the door to the diner, kitchenette diner.
Yeah, it's not just us as well. We were talking to Sarah Moore earlier today.
You can make a psychology roll, I guess then. And Bridget said, so 4 more places for dinner.
Oh, we couldn't in fact.
No, we're not staying that long. We're just
you can't.
Just happen to be
You
in
can't
town.
just turn up on the doorstep and just and not stay for dinner, can you? I insist. And you all know that Bridget she was never one for taking no for an answer. And she shouts, so she goes to the bottom and says, Michael, get down here. You need to can you come down here and set the table for 4 more people?
Have you got children, David?
More children, David.
It's my son Michael. He's 18.
18. Is that yourself and Bridget? You've been together 18 years then?
Yeah, I guess so. Roundabout, isn't that right, Bridget? Roundabout.
Right.
And you hear footsteps on the landing, and then you see this young man. You can clearly see David's looks. The younger David in his face. Let's show you what it looks like.
Okay, you're gonna pop the others up as well. I think we had a David. Ooh.
So yeah, that's Michael. Oh, cameras keep disappearing. There we go.
Dead inside, isn't he?
So that's Michael. So where's Bridget? This is Bridget.
I'm waiting to see if it's Peggy.
What? It's a bit. I think it's a bit unkind, that picture, because it makes her look really far more severe and
Surly.
Yeah.
She was happy and smiling.
Yeah, she is. I'm not quite sure what's going on with it. What they were going.
I'm really happy to be here. I'll eat your soul.
Would you like some cookies? I've been baking.
Swallow your soul.
These biscuits were baked in hell.
And of course the cherry on the cake, David.
Oh, he's a hunk.
You can just see
Casanova
his
himself.
charismatic good looks shining through, can't you? Anyway, rude in the house.
So it's like so this young man appears, and David like stands. This is Michael. Speak of the devil. This is Michael. This is my son. This is
Your only son?
He looks at Alicia. This is my only son.
Oh,
He says these are my friends. I've told you. He's probably Michael's probably sick of me sick of hearing about you. I've told him all the tales, all the stories.
All of them, David?
Well, he kind of he smiles and winks. Said, well, maybe not all of them. Says, Michael, can you help your mum out? Set some extra places at the table. And Michael said, well, don't forget Joanna's here as well. Oh yes, of course. I didn't realise she was staying for the meal. And he goes through to the kitchen dining area and starts helping Bridget lay some place.
Right. It's a bit awkward, really, David. We were kind of hoping to be able to talk to you without Bridget around.
Oh well.
Well, let's not create a drama before we've had dinner.
Well, I'm intrigued. What's so what does you say you spoke? You say you've seen Sarah. How is Sarah? I hear she's having a bit of a rough time of it.
Oh, you here, do you? Oh, well, that's very convenient. Look, I speak quite quietly so that she can't hear.
Okay.
Are you the father of Sarah's child? Sure, simple question.
So it's kind of like frowns and strains. So, Bridget, we're just going to go and going to show them the new pond out the back, the landscaping we just had done.
I do love a nice pond.
I do. I remember, Eric.
Yeah.
And he
How deep is it?
and he leads you through the lounge into the kitchen dining area. And Bridget said, don't let him start talking about the koi carp. For God's sake, he'll never stop.
I once herons used to run off with them. Complete waste of money.
And he opens the big sliding glass doors and leaves you out, and then turns and closes them behind you. He goes, oh yeah, it's just over here. Let's it cost quite a bit, but I think you'll agree the effect it's quite the centerpiece, don't you think? And he kind of strolls over, and there's like a pagoda seating area at the far side with like one of those swing seats underneath it, and all the plant, despite the house being quite new, all the planting, it's all like matured planting, prematured trees and bushes and all that kind of thing.
I sent you a photo, David. You must have known this was coming.
Says, look, what's this about, guy? Yes, Sean. Okay, so you've spoken to Sarah. You clearly know. It's Sean's my son. Yeah.
I presume Bridget doesn't know.
No, she doesn't.
Right. In which case,
I need to
how
keep,
you hope.
I need to keep it that way for now. But
Right.
you've seen Sarah. You've seen her what her life's turned into. You've seen the state of the house she's bringing my son up in. Drugs, people coming and going. What are you trying to say, Alicia? Of course I didn't have a play part. She's past few years, Sarah's, for whatever reason. I don't know why. Her look took a turn for the worse. Her personality shifted. She started drinking.
And apparently
Yeah.
you wanna take Sean off her.
Well, what do you think? Do you think that's a healthy place for him to be? Do you?
Why only now?
Because things have escalated. Things are getting worse. The drugs.
Help her out.
Well, nice TV's fine, but it's not really helping the problem, was it?
It's not, but it doesn't help when I try and provide. I from the beginning. I try to provide financially. I mean,
is
I
it
want.
a power thing with you?
Is it what? Sorry, John.
Is it a power thing? Is it a lack of self-esteem? Is that why you play the field? Is that what you need to feel fulfilled?
John, those.
It's a compulsion.
You're the one to speak. Those days are a bit long behind us. We could settle down, being a family man. Okay, I've made I've made mistakes.
Multiple families. Is it in your head to build a harem or something? Is that the game here? Like, what's going on with you, man?
Look, I've made mistakes. I know that. Like I say, I've been trying to correct them. I'm trying to put things right, but I can't. Who?
Stacey.
Stacey. I haven't seen Stacey for years.
No, you can go.
Says, well, I don't know what to tell you. I haven't seen Stacey for years.
To be fair, Stacey is already mad.
I don't like the term mad. Thank you.
What do you mean?
All right, Mr. Snowflake.
Well, what do you mean?
She's locked up. She's banged up in the loony bin. Sorry,
So-
psychiatric ward.
So, God, really?
What is this? Some sort of building a connection? Is it what's missing in your life?
I don't know what you mean, John. I've made
Is it
I
this
made
not enough?
I made some mistake. I hold my hands up. I make some mistakes, and for my sins, I've kept this from Bridget, and I realise I understand. I've got to face up to that. I've got to tell her the truth. But my concern at the moment is Sean. Would you leave him there? I
I've
can't.
already put a report in with social services, so one way or another, it's going to get dealt with.
Kind of looked like it's about to say something. Then like, I said, well, you understand then to some degree. I can't even provide the financial support that I used to do because I can't control where the money goes. It goes into her arm and up her nose. If it wasn't for Angelica, Sean would probably starve to death. So is this it? Is this what you've come? Is this what this is about?
Are you still seeing her? Are you still seeing Sarah?
I go and see Sean.
When was the last time you were intimate?
Intimate? Oh, years, honestly.
I want a psychology check on that one.
Okay. Oh, John.
Oh yes, go on, John.
So John, yeah, he's telling the truth.
Years into his soul.
He's telling the truth about this. Yeah, although you do with that level of success, so you get the impression that he's not. He's been honest about that, about really, sexual relations with Sarah, but he's not telling you everything. He's being economical with the truth.
You got the success in the photo as well, didn't you, Colin?
I did.
So you can probably work out other reasons why you might have been around that house.
Are your attentions elsewhere?
What do you mean, John?
Yeah. Do you want me to spell it out? Shall we maybe have this conversation in front of Bridget? I think.
Oh no,
there might be a child. No.
The koi
Says,
pot.
whoa! Now, there's no need to be bringing Bridget into this.
Well, if there's a child endangerment issue, especially with teenage girls, I think maybe we should.
What?
These girls.
John, what is going on with you?
What are you talking about, John?
John.
What's been?
What, David? The only way you can get help is to admit you have a problem.
Are you fucking her daughter?
What?
Are you?
Just to end on something, I'm going to try and punch him and knock him into the pond.
Go on then.
See if you miss.
Oh.
It's going to be an interesting supper.
Okay, so yeah, you take him complete by surprise, just landing one straight on the chin. He kind of like staggers back a couple of steps, then just lands, sits down hard on the grass.
Oh, I wouldn't go in the pond. Come on.
And yeah, I suppose we'll leave it there then. Right. So thank you for watching. We will be back next week to have
soap opera at the moment.
to have dinner. Which
The
I'm sure
tentacles will be a release.
Yeah,
Like bandage on his nose.
I was quite looking forward to one of Bridget's teas.
I'll give you one more thing. That's more like it, Eric. That's the way you love it, isn't it? That's what you like to do. Let it all out. Let it all out.
Eric's got problems. He's a psychopath.
No, I think that's the correct response when you find out somebody might be a nonce.
Might be. Innocent till proven guilty, no? Whack! Yeah, that'll got a bloke like that at work. Christ.
Rightio then. So yeah, on that
everybody.
note, we shall leave it until till next week. Thanks again.
Take care, everybody.
Magic. Cool. Cheers, guys.
See ya.
Okay, thanks again, guys. Good night.